I blew his mind so hard with my amazing narrative. He just could not hold it together. He can't process. His neurons are just firing a million miles a minute.
I have fully come to terms with it.
Are you sure?
I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
You do realize if you don't let me do anything else, I'm just gonna do that again. Can't you let me back out? Why did it get so dark in here? Yeah, no, I'm just gonna do it again, Nathan. You do know
Of
that,
course.
right?
Going back down in the elevator.
I mean...
How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before.
I know, right?
I had no frame of reference to
I'm like
even
a
anticipate it.
pioneer
That's
here.
just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is.
Yes.
A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Mm-hmm. And guess what? I'll just do it again, too, if he doesn't let me do something different. I'm just gonna do it again. You do know that, right? And what if I just do it again? Is he not even gonna talk to me now? He's just like, I've had it.
You know what? I've just thought of something.
What?
Hold on, let's stop for a moment.
Okay.
Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting, and anticipating,
like, could
and
it
having
be the
to
boss's
guess,
office?
that's the real thrill.
Could it be
I simply don't want to let that feeling
the boss's
go.
office?
It's so precious, so fleeting.
Or could it be...
Why don't we take this elevator ride
office?
nice and slow?
Yes, thank you. Let's not rush it.
Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley,
is.
it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises? To have to think and to anticipate and then to marvel at the eventual reveal. This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years.
Wait.
And it's really all because of you.
Where's that?
You're the
I
one who
get
took
off
this
there.
bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over.
But
Truly,
I want to go
I mean
there.
it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to.
Right.
We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley. Because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you.
I am.
Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good. We're here.
Yes, he... Oh my goodness! What did I discover?
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Oh no, you're gonna make me go in that room. The guy who went to Mars, how he did it, the pyramids, world's healthiest human beings, all tricks revealed. All eyes on Stanley. Is that what I look like? I look like a member of NSYNC or maybe a Backstreet Boy. Stage door.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
World's first sentient machine. Nice. But I don't... You're doing it again, Nathan. Can't make me do it. I'm going back. I'm not doing this. Let me back on the elevator, Nathan. Nathan! Nathan! He's forcing my will. Fine. Ooh, it's a baby. An evening with world peace, baby. Oh, world peace, baby. The Stanley Parable tonight live on stage. The man, the process, the myth, the legend, the parable. Yeah. All right, let's go to that stupid room filled with... Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. To the stage. Welcome, Stanley. It's just going to be that thing again.
I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry. You'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
Thank you, Nathan.
It looks like they're ready for you.
Well,
go get them.
I want to check out my Stanley and me age 6. Thanks for showing me that cool skateboard trick in the parking lot. You are too cool. Good luck on stage. Rock on. Break a leg champ, your boss. And again, break a leg champ, your boss. I love the way you ride elevators. Oh my god, thank you. No one tells stories the way that you do. Go get him, Tiger. Is that a love letter? Stanley, my true love for you grows every day, and you make me feel alive. Your wife from the apartment ending. There's an apartment ending? Up and down again, the Stanley story. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. But I really like my dressing room, and where are the almonds? It said it was gonna have almonds. I don't see any almonds. I need to speak to my agent. Somebody needs to get the manager of this facility before I go full Karen in here. Where are my nuts? Oh my... I'm a star! Oh my god, I'm here to time. Thank you. Ow, you're blowing my eardrums. Ow. Got 10. Wait. Nathan.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah.
What could it
blah,
mean?
blah, blah, blah.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Why you keep restarting me, dude?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
No. I don't want to. You can't make me. I do what I want, Nathan.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
He
I wanna
considered the
steal this
possibility
car.
of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my
Probably.
co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him
Where
wherever
are my
he went?
feet?
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yeah,
Were they
obviously,
simply
I mean-
repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh,
Wake me
what a
up then.
relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it
I know, it's
particularly
nuts,
strange.
right?
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was
Right?
Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his
I'm
life.
stuck in a loop, though.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
I don't want to be in a
After
loop.
all,
I'm not
he knew
moving
for certain,
anymore.
beyond a doubt,
I'm gonna
that
find the
this was in
prettiest
fact a
room and I'm gonna
dream.
stay
Did the
there.
voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice
maybe
explain
so.
all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he
Ow.
closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the
Wake up.
cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Yeah.
the fresh air of a world outside this one.
Word.
Let me wake up,
Let
he
me
thought
wake
to himself.
up.
I'm through with this dream.
I
wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
Meh.
It's all I want.
No, it's
I
not.
want my apartment and my wife.
I do want my
my
apartment and my
job.
wife.
All I want
That'd
is
be
my
sweet.
life exactly the way it's always
Sorry,
been.
kids. I'm gonna have to divorce
My
Daddy. I
life
want
is
an
normal.
apartment and a wife.
I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Sure.
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Who am I? What
And
am I doing?
everything
What am I
went
thinking?
black.
Oddly enough, the only thing that went through the bull of Petunia's
This is
mind
the story
was...
of a woman named Mariella.
Oh no, not again.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Oh!
But on this particular day, her
Damn.
walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself,
Okay.
and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And
Word.
although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man.
Yeah.
He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone
well,
knows what crazy people look like.
take a break
And in
after
that
this.
moment, she thought to herself
back
how
to
lucky she
tomorrow.
was to be normal. I am saying,
I'm sure I've got
I
one
am
already,
in
so
control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there,
Then
staring
move on,
down
Mariel,
at the
or
body.
whatever the heck your name is.
And then she